it say about the program? Let's say 5 years ago, the expectation against the Tier 1 nation would be maybe to keep it close. And now the expectation against the Tier 1 nation is to win. Does that say something about the overall growth of the program?
I think it the bottom line is we have to win those games because we had opportunities. I think we could have turned the momentum, and I think Scotland, and admittedly, on their behalf, said they were struggling with the heat. And at times when we got some momentum inside their 22, they were breathing hard and they were struggling. So more than just hey, we want to win those games and maybe we can. We have to do the things to win it because we were in positions to do it, and now we have to execute. So. What does it say about the program? I'll let you say that, but I know on our part, we thought if we had done some things, we could have made some ground there.
Hey Todd, how tough to give up that penalty try midway through the first half? It looked like you guys might be able to keep Scotland out of it.
In the first half?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting at the scrum at the calls. I mean, it was one half arm, one penalty, and then a yellow card. It wasn't really policed. I was trying to ask questions with the flankers coming up, and is the ball out there? But he didn't want to hear. So it was just interesting, and it was tough, bouncing back. But even when we had a player down, I thought guys rallied together. We put some faces together, but we just territory and was not there, and playing the phases was troublesome for us.
Is there expectations of the team now going into the next matches, playing Canada, New Zealand, all these matches, put more pressure on you guys for the rest of the eras and all that?
Want to take that?
Yeah, what was the question? Was it more pressure on us?
Yeah, does it put more pressure on you guys? Because it seems like you're playing some tough matches coming up.
Yeah, we are. I mean, I think international rugby is always tough, and it's always full of pressure. So. For players, for coaches, so there's pressure no matter what. But when you're losing, the pressure it builds. But on our behalf, I mean that's something that myself and the coaches have to deflect from these guys, and we have to get it right. Just as we don't look at must win, we also don't look at hey, there's pressure building. We have to win areas of the game: scrum, line out, ruck, ball retention. That's how we look at it. And if we're doing things right, the chips will fall where they will. If we do things wrong, they're going to end up like we did tonight. So that's kind of how our approach is.
Quite a few set pieces tonight, but Shalom Sinula managed to make a few plays. Were you impressed with insight?
Yeah, Shalom's a talented player. He can make something out of nothing. He has a good step. He has good skills. So I think Shalom did well in his first international start at 10. He led the guys well, and he has work to do, but yeah, it's a good starting point for him, and he's talented at 9 or 10.
Coach, what do you take out as positives from this game moving forward?
Well, the first half of our first internationals are always tough. It's hard to get everyone on the same page coming from all over. Second half, we came out. We were more physical. We made some big hits early on. We knew big hits and big plays is what we needed to turn this game around. And Seamus Kelly especially came out, made some big hits, lodged some balls. Todd threw the line out, busted some plays up. We had a great 50-50 for Blaine Scully. And I think it was Hogg who took it the other way. Could have gone the other way very easily. And those are the big plays we have to do against Tier 1 and a big game. So positives are second half we came out with more intensity, a little bit better, more of a game plan. Our set piece settled a little bit in the scrum. So we just have to build from there.
Coach, how did you kind of see the game from your perspective and some overall remarks? And we'll ask the same of your captain, and then we'll go into questions after that.
Well, first of all, we're happy to get a win in difficult conditions. I thought we showed good structure in the first part of the first half, and gave ourselves opportunity to score a couple of tries. Our scrum got the better of their scrum, which gave us an area to get a good grip of the game, and obviously gave us points as well. So that was pleasing. Really pleased to see the opportunities created, and we'll be working next on how we can probably get over the line and score more points. So generally, if I cut it short, I think we scored tries. We didn't get a try scored against us, and that's a good thing. So there's a good basis to work from for our next game against Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with Vern. I think the most important thing to come out of the game was we never got scored against. That was very important. Good to put a marker down in this first game of a tough tour. But we're happy to get the win, and as Vern said, I think we probably left a couple of tries out there, but we got out there. We done our talking on the field, and we're pleased to get off to a good start on the tour. Yeah, I mean, it was tough. I mean, we're not used to playing in heat like this, but I think it was better when the sun obviously was down before the start of the game, but the ball was incredibly slippy. Yeah, you've probably seen that in some of the play. It was a dry night, but the ball was slippy, and we coughed up a couple of chances and another couple of times in open play, so that sort of destructured the game a little bit as well.
Coach, does the heat affect your game plan going into the week, or do you just play your game?
You just play your game. Yeah. I don't think the heat has as much of an effect as rain or a lot of wind. I mean, we had a dry track, and I think it's the guys like playing, get good conditions to play with and be able to move the ball and get good purchase with your feet on the ground. So it was just mostly fatigue. We had to deal with that, and perhaps sometimes we had to put our reserves on, our replacements on a little bit earlier, and there was a good combined effort. The guys that came on really helped, and that was important. So it was quite frankly, even though it was hot, I think it was good to get a dry track, and I think hopefully we'll get one next week as well. So it means, if you're probably right in a lot of ways, with a dry track, even if it's hot, we can play the ball, we can take initiative, we can keep possession, or try and keep possession and keep pressure on the opposition. All of those things. I think we've discussed the fact that we didn't get a try scored against us, against a team that didn't give up. They kicked a little bit more in the second half. We were lucky that we put them under pressure on their lineouts and their scrum, so they didn't get a lot of possession. They couldn't launch their plays. But when in an unstructured, I thought they were quite effective. They made ground, and it put pressure on our defence. So I was happy that our defence kept its form, kept its shape, and we managed to keep coming up off the line, even late in later parts of the game. So guys are obviously talking and working together, and I think that work together for me is really important and pleasing.
And in the third quarter, Vern, neither side excelled. The Scots who felt they scored again in the third quarter might have run away with the game. Instead, was it lack of concentration? Because you just had a 15-minute break. You probably can't really blame fatigue there, or maybe.
I think the problem, the ball was very hard to control, and a fast game, a ball hard to control, dry conditions. It's a contrast. It was fast but humid, and the ball was difficult to control. I think we saw a lot of knock-ons as the fatigue came in, and probably concentration. Concentration with the fatigue was a telling factor. So all those things really made it difficult to play and keep phases of play. Yeah, Hoggy's got a bit of a bump on the nose. Jim's turned his ankle. Jeff Cross has got probably rib cartilage, and we've got a calf injury with Duncan Taylor. So we've got a couple of concerns for the first game. We've got 3 others to go. So we knew it was going to be a tough tour, and that'll be one of the telling factors. Yeah, it is. But there was initiative. We've got great back three, but the initiative all over the park was important. And we saw the first line break we made, I think, was from our loose head prop, and that's important. Everyone's putting their hand up and trying to get the team going forward. And initiative is a very important thing in this game. And I was pleased that even though there were mistakes made, there was still the intention to keep playing and keep pressure on the opposition, even though we'd crept in front. So it's really positive. I'm really happy about that.
What did you see as the area that needs most immediate on
straight after the game, I like to look at the video, but we'll come back to basics. We want to do the simple things well, so we'll come back to kick-offs. We'll have a look at those and make sure we can get out of our half with a little less pressure, that we can improve our line out, improve our defence, improve everything. I think it's a first run together. We'll certainly look back and it'll give, this result will give us confidence, and confidence is important running into the next game against Canada.
Greg, you've played stand-off yourself, played for what stand-offs? How did you rate Finn's contribution today?
Yeah, I thought he played well. You know, as I said, sort of during the week, he's a confident lad, and that's very important. And he's got a calm head on him for playing in that pivotal position, and he showed that tonight. He's cool, he's calm. He put in a lovely chip near the end of the game. He kicked the touch well, you know, and he made his tackles. So, you know, all round for his first run out, and I knew he would because he's had a good season with Glasgow. So I think it was good for him to get a couple of early touches, get him into the game, and he settled in quickly.
We will review all that. All of the guys that were injured today will have a good look tomorrow morning, and we'll let you know then.
Coach, was there a positive that you saw that you didn't expect from the American side, a strength perhaps? Because the American fans are looking for something.
Yeah, it was difficult for them because, as we said, they didn't have a platform to really launch their play, but they never gave up. I mean, they're a team that I thought they made ground at times around rucks. They caught us unawares a couple of times, and they've got powerful runners, powerful athletes, and I mean, I'm sure they'll be looking at the game tomorrow, and they'll be looking to improve, and they'll improve their next game because there's a lot of energy coming from their team, and they just need to channel it, I think, a little bit, and they'll be fine.